Hey loves, we're going to talk about an uncomfortable topic today. And it's called leaning into your discomfort, leaning into the uncomfortable conversations. Because if you want to really be transparent and really get the things you want in life, you got to be willing to have those uncomfortable conversations. If you want to raise, you got to be willing to talk to your boss. If you want to ask a girl out and you really, really want to date her, you got to be willing to be rejected, right? Because there's always going to be that contrast. So I'm going to lay out some really simple concepts so you can grasp it really fast. If you are afraid of what other people think, you're full of shame. And a conversation is necessary. Because that is how we move shame. Is we talk about what we actually feel and want, and it can be completely innocent. A lot of my shame comes from completely innocent things, and I just have to feel that burn and embarrassment from it for a second, and let it burn through me. Because I want what's on the other side. Everything we want is on the other side of fear. So you have to be willing to lean into fear, lean into the things that challenge us. Second, if someone is judging you, they are full of shame. Nobody can see anything inside of you unless it's inside of them. So if they see something inside of you that triggers them, it's because they hate that about themselves. They're scared, they're in fear, they're in shame, they're in embarrassment. What you're saying makes them uncomfortable because they've suppressed themselves. We're just mirrors of each other. If you don't ever ask, the answer is no. If you're never willing to try, you have already failed. So everything you really want is on the other side of that uncomfortable conversation. This is something I struggle with. You're not alone. You're not alone. I went many years having to hide who I was because it was so uncomfortable to talk about with people that I loved because they just didn't get it or they didn't understand. But more people understand than you think. You're not alone. But you're never going to be able to find those people if you don't start talking and you start lifting the shame, because shame cripples us. It paralyzes us. It keeps us from getting from the things we actually want and living authentic lives. If you have secrets, you have shame. If your family has secrets, your family is in shame. If your family makes a rule, where I come from, you don't talk about family business, why do you think that is? Because they're in shame. And not only are they in shame, there's abuse happening, and nobody wants their secrets out. That is when you know you're living in abuse and shame. It's when you can't talk about what the things that are happening in a home. And this is why abuse is rampant in this world. It's because people are so full of shame that they keep secrets and they hide and they cower and they don't stand in the light and they don't own their story. If you want to live a certain lifestyle, own it. Don't expect your family and your friends and the people involved to keep that secret for you. Own it. Now, if somebody confides in you, you need to create a safe environment for them to do that. Because talking about things that create shame in you is a scary thing. And they don't need their business spread from hell to high water. Okay? So if somebody comes and confides in you, be respectful. How is your partner going to feel comfortable talking about their wants and needs if you're constantly taking everything they say personally, judging it, and flipping it on them? What are you doing? You're exposing your own shame. Hey, I'm one of them. I do it all the time. It's a constant work in progress. every time I feel my husband confides in me and what he wants and needs, I get triggered too. I'm human. And it's because we're taking it personal. But what they're going through and what they need, what their experience isn't about us. It's about them. And I was having to hide who I was for years because the people I was talking to took it personal. And they attacked me. And it didn't make it safe. And it was miserable to live like that. Don't live like that. Be honest about what you want, what you need. Be transparent. But on the receiving end, be a person people can confide in without you spreading their business, but also coming from a place of empathy and compassion and not taking things so personal. This is how we break chains. This is how we create the lives we want, by people being able to be authentic in themselves and not having to shame away because others are judging, because we're really just judging ourselves and projecting our shame onto others. That's all it is. It's a misprojection of shame. Now, if you traumatize somebody, it's now their truth. It's now their story, and they better fucking scream it from Mount Everest. Okay? So, a girl that is molested doesn't need to fucking protect her molester. I did that. I protect my rapists. I protect my molesters. I was the bigger person. I was protecting my abusers. The moment someone traumatizes you or abuses you, it is now your story. That is different than confiding in someone. Stop protecting your abusers. If someone has a secret, like let's say they're gay, and they've made you part of that reality, and you live it every single day, they're projecting their shame onto you if they're not willing to talk about it and own it. And it's scary as hell. And you know why it's scary to come out? Because family members judge shit. Because they have shame. Because they're so stuck in their old paradigms and their old programs, they can't let people and be human and have different belief systems or needs than they do. And it's got to stop. This is why we have kids committing suicide. It's ridiculous. But now these members are making their lovers keep the secret, but the lovers are parts. It's now part of their reality. It is part of their joy. It's part of their pain. It's part of their story. And they shouldn't have to hide it. And so we create societies that are in hiding, families that are in hiding, relationships that are in hiding. Anytime there is hiding, there is shame. Anytime there's shame, people can't be transparent. Anytime people can't be transparent, they can't be authentic. And anytime anybody can't be authentic, they're not living. So these are vital reasons why we got to start talking about the things that we truly want, we truly desire, and are holding us back, that make us feel less than, so that we can get it out in the air. And we can, if you don't want your dirty laundry out in the open, clean that shit. Clean it. Because to heal, you got to hang it out. You got to say, this is who I am. This is who I want. How is the universe going to give you what you want if you're giving it mixed messages? If you're not being honest, you're not asking for what you need, you're not asking for what you want, and you're hiding, it's going to get so fucking confused, right? Thanks for listening. Just put some thoughts for today, and make it a beautiful day.